Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do our Gemini reading for May 2021. This is for Gemini Sun, Moon, or Rising. By the way, happy birthday to those Gemini Suns, and of course also Aries is part of that month. So happy birthday, or Taurus, I'm sorry, happy birthday. This is also for those who are intuitively guided to the reading. Your guides are nudging you for some reason. There's probably something that they want you to hear. So just trust in that. Some of you may also be just checking on a Gemini's energy. Again, I feel like your spirit guides know that. So you'll receive messages also. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with our Mother Mary Oracle deck. And like always, we'll pull one, or we'll let one come out, and then we'll read it at the end of our reading. And like I always say, it always blows me away. Okay, let's begin. Many of you know I have a Gemini moon, and I feel the energy of that often. Okay, let's see what we got. We have Father. My true Father is God in heaven, who shines healing light upon me, my birth father, and our relationship. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to use the Light Seer Tarot. Already pre-shuffled, but we'll give it another shuffle. I just got these last month, and they're just now starting to break in where I can shuffle them in this way. And I ended up getting this deck because it was recommended by many of you, and I want to thank you because I do love them. And I'm going to keep continuing to add more and more. Okay, let's begin, guys. Just go ahead and quiet your mind. Release control. And let's just go with the flow of what the universe wants to bring us. Remember, the tarot cards are important, but we're also reading the energy. We have the Two of Pentacles. So, right off the bat, it puts you in a decision mode, right? You're deciding whether you want to add something into your physical world or not. Maybe it's the King of Wands, who is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, or Rising, of course. We have the Queen of Wands. Interesting. We have the King and Queen. And then we have the Page of Cups. I think I'm going to do probably an 8-card spread. But if more wants to come out, we'll take it. So it's interesting we have this King and Queen right next to each other. Now, it doesn't really matter what your sign is. This King and Queen is the energy of action. It's the energy of following one's desire. You know, I often feel the King and Queen of Wands, or someone, and even the Page, is someone who would move into energy without really overthinking it. The Two of Pentacles is a great energy to make a decision. If I'm deciding, you know, if I want to bring this into my life, this is a very grounded type energy, and I love seeing that for you. We have the Six of Wands. That's the energy of victory. It's also the energy of people looking to you, looking up to you. Something that you bring to the world that others resonate with. Coming under that Two of Pentacles. And then we have the Ace of Swords. So we may have some communication coming in from someone. Let's see. I'm going to try to get all the cards out. and then talk. We have the Seven of Swords. Interesting. Coming under the Queen. And then we have the Hermit, card of Virgo. Coming under the Page of Cups. I like this Hermit. I don't know if I've seen this one yet. Like he or she clearly has gone through the dark night of the soul. Going through the dark night of the soul, what does that do? Well, you know, it starts to shine the light in the cracks. It starts to answer some of the big questions you had. You know, it's about your spirituality and trusting in your spirituality. You know, this could be certainly praying about something that's coming into your life, and should I or should I not? I often feel the Hermit when he emerges from the cave. His lantern is completely lit, right? And that lantern is, how do I want to say this? Can be like protection as my next step. So it illuminates your next step for you. Also, I feel like in the Hermit energy, some of you can certainly become master teachers in something. You could be learning about your own spirituality and then bringing it to, you know, to others. Coming under this Page of Cups, some of you are learning to truly love yourself again, respect yourself again. And the Page of Cups to me is also talks about love being in the atmosphere. So, I feel like, and it's interesting, the King and Queen of Wands would talk about like-minded energy, right? That they came out side by side. This Page of Cups could also be a child. However, you know, I can't ignore the Seven of Swords under this Queen. So, whether she's wondering, is this energy I can trust, or whether she, at one time, this King didn't know whether she could be trusted. Now, this could be the other way too, where the Queen is thinking about this Seven of Swords, thinking about some untrustworthy energy she had been in, and if it's from this King, again, they're side by side. The Ace of Swords coming under him would talk about, I feel, communication, talking about that very thing. You know, it kind of shows me that this King, if he was the one who created the Seven of Swords energy, again, this untrustworthy energy, you know, it feels like something has been taken from me. Something has been stolen from me. That's truly the energy of that. But then it moves into the Hermit. So I feel like wherever that energy is coming from, I do feel like there is awareness. Let me bring this down a little bit. I do feel like there is... You know, it's like, let's just say it's the King who produced the Seven of Swords energy, then moves into the Hermit energy. So this is where I become truly aware of my own actions, and, you know, where I can't blame the universe. If this Queen had left me because of my actions, who can I blame? I can only blame myself, right? So in the Hermit, this is what this is what I feel Spirit brings to you, real clarity. And I have to say, I feel like the Hermit is for both, because let's again just say the King is producing this, or had produced, I feel like this would be of a past energy, had produced that Seven of Swords. The Queen would also want to go into the Hermit energy, right? Very grounded, and no wonder we open with Pentacles, right? Very grounded type energy. Okay, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. We have the Three of Wands. Beautiful. So, you know, this is an optimistic viewpoint of your future. This is starting to see what can be created out of the light, right? Three of Wands is about action. Three of Wands, I feel like I'm moving into that action. All right, We're going to use the Gilded Tarot, and we're going to go right into it, and we're going to break this down a little bit more. Start at the beginning. We'll see with the Two of Pentacles what it's posing to you. You know, I also feel like this Father energy from the Mother Mary Oracle deck is talking also about this King or Queen of Wands. And I feel like what it's talking about is someone may have taken on like their father's energy, like how my father was when I was growing up. Then I take that on, that energy. You know, it doesn't mean I wanted to. Maybe I didn't want to, but I found myself in that energy. And I feel for the Queen, it can also be like you find, you know, you end up finding someone who was like your father. Now, again, if your father was someone who maybe wasn't faithful, you know, it's not the greatest of things, right? But listen, people, you know, we can overcome these type of challenges if we want. And I kind of feel like that's what this King is saying. Like, I have this realization now of the energy that I portrayed, maybe of a younger, you know, in my younger years. Now I'm understanding that, and, you know, I feel like this King or Queen, whichever one is carrying this energy, and it can be both, by the way, since they're like-minded, they both could have grown up in that type of energy, and that's why they were attracted to one another, right? Because they're vibrating in the same type of energy. Okay. We have the Five of Cups. So this tells me that this is energy of someone that you were missing, or they are missing you. The only problem with the Five of Cups is that a lot of times it talks about us keeping our focus there. You know, this is like keeping our focus on all the things that have hurt us instead of closing the door to it, you know, like giving your time, going into the hermit type energy and overcoming it. Everything can be overcome. Okay, I don't know what that was. So, anyways, we have the energy of missing someone. Five of Cups, though, also talks about these two cups that are behind this person. That they have yet to see, yet to discover. The Five does ask us for change, right? So it's saying, don't keep yourself in this type of energy. Allow yourself to heal the emotional past. And why? Because, you know, your love is not over, right? Love is not done for you. If you choose, right? It is of your choice. Coming over the Two of Pentacles. Well, hello, Ace of Cups. So, coming over this King of Wands, we have the Eight of Pentacles coming over the Queen. And then we have the Emperor coming over the Page of Cups. You know, it kind of feeds right into what I was feeling earlier about kind of like the matching energy of, you know, however my father was, and then I attracted either that type of energy to me, or I was repeating my father's energy. Definitely feels that way. Some of you may have a child who is living with let's say if this is an ex, living with an ex. You know, the Eight of Pentacles coming over this Queen of Wands. First of all, we have the Ace of Cups, all right? This is telling me that whoever's in this King of Wands, again, it doesn't have to be fire. This just means action, desire, passion. Ace of Cups is here. Unconditional love. So it feels to me like this person probably never stopped loving you. And then we move into the Queen with the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles talks about whatever you focus on is what you will grow. Some of you may have been focusing on your pentacles. You know, this could have been a relationship that was together. We split. So I start focusing on building my pentacles. I feel strong. I feel like some of you, you may have even created your own business. So I feel like that's why the Two of Pentacles is here, because it feels like the Queen is sitting fine in her life right now, right? But maybe she does miss this king. And again, the Ace of Cups is that unconditional love. So I feel like this Queen, let's just say during that time period of separation, I feel like she got busy creating my own world, creating my own pentacles, becoming independently strong within myself. And then the Emperor could certainly talk about, you know, business ownership, where others now, especially with the Hermit below that, where now others look up to you, Six of Wands, look up to you for your wisdom, the wisdom you have gained through the focus that you have put on these pentacles. I know many of you are in a spiritually type business, or we can even say in a type of business where you're helping those, you know, kind of like the underdog for whatever reason. So I feel like this Queen is doing pretty good for herself now. You know, is she rich? I don't know. But I feel like she's pretty steady with herself, and definitely had a focus to build up her own, what's the word I want to use? Her own financial or material world. So this is why the Two of Pentacles shows as, should I or should I not? Do I want to add this in my life, or do I not want to, you know, disrupt what I have going right now? But nonetheless, there's still the energy of missing this person. There's still the energy of those two cups behind in the Five of Cups. So I kind of feel like this love story is not over, even if there had been quite a bit of separation. I don't know if I said that the Emperor is a card of Aries, so we do have Aries and Virgo. We have the Three of Cups coming over the Six of Wands. So some people can read the three, well, I mean, it can be read, the Three Cups, as, you know, three people in this relationship. One doesn't belong type of thing. But I don't feel that, because it's coming over the Six of Wands. So to me, this feels more about celebrations. Three is the energy of joy, allowing myself to have joy, feeling good just where I am. Like this, we have the Hermit again. So the Hermit coming under this Ace of Cups, over the King of Wands, and over the Ace of Swords. I have no doubt that someone is coming in and wants to explain something to you. And I feel like what they're talking about is their past energy. I feel like they have figured it out, to be honest, because, you know, this is somebody who probably also went through the dark night of the soul. So I feel like both really have this Hermit energy. You know, so I feel like this person has overcome whatever, I don't know, weaknesses that they used to have, or they've had a true realization of their past energy. Again, maybe related to the way my father was. We have the Four of Cups, and then we have the Two of Wands. So I believe that some of you are taking someone back. or someone's taken you back, whichever way you fall in this reading. Definitely, again, unconditional love. So even, even if there was separation, let's say, and maybe there's 20 years separation, what that means to me is you've always been in this person's heart and they in your heart. Both of you coming to the table with truly spiritual type energy. The emperor becomes the emperor due to the experiences he had, and what he has learned from that, right? So the emperor very seldom would repeat something that is, let's just say, a mistake, because this emperor now is much wiser than earlier days. And then we move down to that Two of Wands. So I feel like this is a yes. This is, I definitely feel like this is a yes. This is a yes into this energy. Interesting. I think what I want to look at is I want to look between this Ace of Cups and the Hermit. Remember, this Hermit's coming over the Ace of Swords. So this person has learned their truth, right? They have learned their own truth. They have seen, or let's just put it this way, they now understand the energy that they used to carry and what that brought to the relationship, right? I feel like this person is taking responsibility for who they were. We have the Devil. Interesting, right? First of all, card of Capricorn. But can I just say that for some of you, this king may be someone who drank a lot. And maybe has now overcome it. The Devil talks about temptation. Something that keeps tempting me. With the cups here, this Three of Cups, it could certainly mean that, I don't want to just say drinking, but it could be anything. Anything of a shadow nature, let's say. But I have to say, if that's the case, let's just use drinking, for example. If I was drinking a lot and we were together and I was going to the bar and all that type of stuff, and I feel like, and the partner kind of got left out in the cold. So the Devil tells us that there were certainly temptations here for this king. But the Hermit tells me that he has complete awareness of it. The Six of Wands tells me that I feel like someone has kicked a habit. I feel like they have kicked it, whatever it may be. I do feel like they have kicked it. And then over the Seven of Swords, we do have the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups talks about using your spiritual discernment when making a decision. But then it moves into the Two of Wands. So I feel like, Two of Wands, I'm going to take a chance. And that's what you're doing. I'm going to take it slow. I'm going to say yes to this. But we're going to, we're taking it Two of Wands, Three of Wands, step by step. Even in the Four of Cups, over that Seven of Swords, that can talk about boredom. It can talk about, it may be why the Five of Cups exist, right? Maybe I ended up having more time on my hands. So I kind of feel like each of you have missed the other. I do feel like this king has overcome. I have to put it on the king because he's the one who's carrying that energy. And I feel like that's what the communication is coming in. Do you have to listen? Of course not. Do you have to accept this? Of course not. It's always your choice. But you're doing it out of a very grounded type energy. So it tells me that there must have been, you going through the Hermit energy also. It's like looking at the patterns of perhaps the person that I was missing, and then maybe you yourself came to the realization that they were carrying on the energy of what they grew up in. Maybe their father was an alcoholic. Whatever it is. But I do feel like they have overcome this. Again, may mean nothing to some of you. Maybe like no way in hell. That's your choice. I'm not ready to end your reading yet. So what I want to do, I want to look at this Emperor. We have the Seven of Wands, and that's kind of funny because I feel like this is exactly the energy that this Queen has moved into, the energy of defending. This can talk about feeling like you need to defend yourself, but I have to tell you, I feel more this is about you now defending others. And when I say defending others, I just mean that you have learned from this energy. And therefore, you can now pass that on, right? I know a lot of you are in spiritually based businesses, but I also get a lot of energy where I feel some of you, have gone to law school or that type of energy. So I wanted to look right at this Emperor, and I feel like, what has the Queen been doing while the King has been gone? She's been building up her own dynasty. Now, let's say Seven of Wands over this Emperor is like social work. So I'm saying building up their empire, right? That sounds like I'm rich. Well, a lot of times in social work, you don't make a lot of money. However, the ability to help another is, it fills your soul. It fills your heart, right? It gives you a sense of joy. So don't doubt yourself on that journey. What else do I want to look up? Let's take a couple cards underneath. Well, thank you. That came quick. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Page of Swords. Interesting. So we have the Ace of Swords here. We have the Page of Swords here. It's going to talk about, I try to get you not to look at just the signs, but read the energy of the sign. Page of Swords could be of an earlier time where I'm just learning to communicate here. This can be energy where, I'm in my head too much, that type of thing. I don't know why I'm feeling that with this page. But nonetheless, even with this page, right next to it is the Eight of Swords. This is armor that I've created around me. And many of us do that. And I feel like that's one of our purposes here on this earth, is to learn not to create this type of armor around yourself, to reflect upon and see things for what they truly are. You know what I mean? Because I feel like this King and Queen, there's love. There's definitely love here. But nonetheless, there's also pain. So here comes this armor, right? Well, I'm not going to let that happen again. But the Eight is about a new beginning, right? Here's this Queen with the Eight up here, having a new beginning within her financial sector, let's say, her physical world. Here is the Eight of Swords, right? This is asking for you, again, have a new beginning. Be willing to put this down. Six of Wands under that tells me many of you are able to bring down your armor, at least enough. We have the Star, card of Aquarius. The Star is truly about your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. This is about manifesting them into your world. Coming over the Seven of Swords, but also the Four of Cups, it's almost like I accidentally manifest someone back into my life. You know what I mean? Because I feel like this is something, I feel like the Four of Cups is saying, this is someone that I just truly haven't forgotten about. And when I'm daydreaming, I'm thinking about them. I'm thinking about that cup. Well, here is that cup. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So remember, knights are bringing something to you. They're bringing something in. This is communication again. This is the truth, right? Coming over the Hermit and the Two of Wands. I feel like we have some people who are going to have some serious discussions, and I feel like one side's going to say, you know, give me a chance. I've realized my actions. I've realized that I definitely feel some that what I was doing was carrying my father's energy. I was recreating his life, and I see that, and that is not what I want for myself. I definitely feel like that's going to be part of the conversation. So, again, do I think that many of you are going to come back together with this person? I do. I don't think everyone, because this Eight of Swords tells me that some may not put down their armor, right? And that is your choice. I just don't know that it serves you. Now, you can still say no, but I think the armor, because you don't want to carry the energy of the past into your future. If these two people decide to come back together, this clarity, these conversations are very important. And I like how we have the Two and the Three of Wands. To me, this is a yes, moving into this energy, but taking it slow. Why not, right? There's no rush. Why not? See, I feel like we have to learn to allow ourselves to see who the other person is. People will show who they are to you. You don't have to ask, just watch. I personally feel, though, that this person has been healed. It could be, healed from divine, but they had that realization. They had the realization of the destruction it has caused in their own life. One of that is losing you. And I have to tell you, I feel like you have moved on and you started to create your own world. Some of you, you own your own business, all of that. So it makes sense. Do I want to add this into my life when, I'm feeling pretty good? Again, your choice, but I have to say, I do feel like, because we have the Five of Cups here, I do feel like you have missed this person. So if they're being honest, and we have a lot of energy of honesty, I feel like just listen to the conversation. Listen to what they have to say if you want. If you choose to perhaps get re-involved with this person, that's the person I'm talking to right now. Try to listen without bringing in too much negativity. Why? Because I feel like if I start to bring up if my armor comes back up, how are they going to break through that, right? No one can break through this Eight of Swords energy. The only one who can change it is you. Now, I get the Eight of Swords. I know why we create it, right? It's because we've been hurt. I don't want to be hurt again. When the universe says, take it slow, sweetie, take it slow. And if by chance this is not legit, you will be sent red flags. And if you are staying in your present moment, you will see them. Now, you can ignore them. And maybe sometimes, many times, we ignore them. And then we find ourselves in, energy, and we wonder how we got there. So I want you, if there's anything I want you to learn, is that you have this whole spiritual team that is assigned to just you. And what are they there for? They're there to help you navigate through this lifetime. They're here to give you signs, to help illuminate your direction. Do we always see them? No. No, we don't. A lot of time, or we see them and we ignore them. So I feel like there is a lot of honesty coming towards you. So if this is someone that I love, and I feel like you do, take it slow. Just take it slow. Let them reveal their true selves to you. I feel like you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Matter of fact, what I want to do is I just want to take a couple cards over the whole spread. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. This king is someone who sees the big picture of something, and I feel like this is what it's talking about more than even the sign is about. Someone has seen the big picture. Someone has truly gotten clarity over their past. You know, I feel like these pages that are showing are of earlier times, and you know, I feel there has been a lot of evolvement, really for both. Maybe in different ways, but really for both. So I feel like that is why the King of Pentacles is here. Of course, for some of you, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But truly, this is someone who sees the big picture of it all. And then we have the energy of victory again. So I do feel like that's saying that you will listen. Or if it's the other way around, they are willing to at least listen to you. You know, and I have to say too, I feel like this king will look at this queen. And again, I'm saying king and queen. Remember, it can be, you know, either or. It can be same sex. What is shown is like-minded energy. These are two people who are normally pretty positive in life, but you know, life can get you down sometimes. You know, a lot of hurdles. But nonetheless, I feel like with the Six of Wands here, you're definitely listening to this person. I think that you're going to see a real change in them. And I just want to look at the Eight of Swords before we close this out. I don't even know why, because I feel like, well, I feel like you're able to, let's just put it this way, at least listen. Do all these swords come down at one time? Probably not. Probably one by one by one. But really what it's about is freeing yourself from yourself. You know what I mean? It means you're allowing yourself to have experiences again, even if they're scary. You're allowing yourself to step into them. You're allowing yourself to take chances. I feel like that's why we have a lot of wands here too. Look at this. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So, first of all, that's such strong, earthly, grounded energy. I just feel like this relationship, if you choose it, you know, if you choose this mission, it can go the whole way to the Ten of Pentacles. Now, many of you are like, why not the Ten of Cups? I feel like because we opened with the Two of Pentacles. And, you know, if I'm accepting someone back in my life, I want them to be stable. I want them to be grounded. I want to know that I can trust them. You know, Ten of Pentacles talks about loyalty. Truly, I want to know that they will be loyal. Or vice versa. I feel like the answer is yes. I also feel like in the Ten of Pentacles, this becomes very rooted energy. So I feel like this is talking about a relationship. If you choose that, listen, first of all, the love hasn't died. The love is here. The love is unconditional. Whether we're together, we're not together. Whether I'm with someone else, you're still in my heart. That type of thing. Five of Cups tells me that both are missing each other, right? Both are missing each other. This has the ability to really create roots that can last for the rest of your life, right? We can look at this Eight of Pentacles in another way too, right? Let's say I definitely decide to take this relationship back. That, you know, and this can, you know, I'm saying back, someone from the past. Well, let's just stay on track here. So anyways, the Eight of Pentacles talks about the work that you're willing to put into something. So, you know, I feel like this is you maybe saying, you know, let's see what work they're willing to put into this relationship. This has to be both, though. Both have to be willing to put in the same amount of work. Listen, You can be head over heels in love with someone, but that doesn't mean that everything is easy, right? We're humans. We come with we're not perfect. We're not meant to be perfect. We're meant to fail. Because a lot of times when we fail, this is where we learn, right? If we never had anything hard, then how can we appreciate the easy? If we never had anything, you know what I'm saying. I just feel like, a lot. This is about people growing from their experiences, having the realizations. I have no doubt that there is a lot more spirituality to this person, to both of you. And one more thing I want to say. I feel like this is also talking about the energy of two people who truly are now vibrating on the same energy level. And you kind of have to be, right? Because if you're up here, and I feel like, you're here in this spiritual type energy. My feet are still on the ground, but as above, so below. And I have all that understanding. If I have the understanding that I have a spiritual team to help me navigate this world, it takes a lot of the fear out. Your spiritual team would never tell you to put this wall of the Eight of Swords up. This is man-made, right? This is self-created. And only you can uncreate it. Nobody, not even your spiritual team, can uncreate it. But what it is showing is, here is the potential of the Ten of Pentacles. So I don't feel like there's a need for this Eight of Swords anymore. And truly, it talks about a new beginning, 8. So it wants you to let go of it. Going to be your choice, though. And again, is it all going to be lovey-dovey? I think there will be a lot of love in it. But it's also saying, you got to put the work in. And if two people are willing to put the work in, this can really, I don't know, be for the rest of your life. And I think I'm going to leave it there. But I want to read the energy of Father, because that's going to mean different things to different people. This card comes to you because your question is rooted in your relationship with your father. Even though this connection may not be immediately understood, this card acknowledges the link. Most likely, old emotions concerning your father are affecting your present situation. If a memory surfaces as you read this, trust this pathway to lead you to healing. Recalling a painful memory isn't pleasant, but it's an important step towards releasing negative patterns. That would be your Eight of Swords. If you have old, heavy-hearted feelings about Dad, take a moment now to say, God and Mother Mary, thank you for helping me heal and release. And then it says, name the emotion or situation with my father so that he and I can be free. Well, so, some of you have to look back at that and see if you have recreated that type of energy. Some of you do need to forgive. You don't need to, but some of you, it would help you to forgive your father, alive or crossed over. Why? Because it doesn't serve you to hold on to that energy. That is what, again, the Eight of Swords is about everything in my life that has affected me in a difficult way. If we look at our challenges in a different way, like the growth that we can have from even in that Seven of Swords type energy. Because somebody felt like, is the Seven of Swords is here because someone may have, partied hard, partied a lot when they were younger, and automatically, just think about it, if I'm in a relationship and my partner is drinking a lot, going to the bar, without me, that type of thing, it's a very hard energy. I've lived through that energy, right? And it's just like, I know from experience that, one person who is hanging at the, going to the bar all the time without the other, that temptation is there. It just is. It doesn't mean that we fall into it, but some do. especially if, especially if I'm drinking a lot. Like that temptation seems to call to me stronger and stronger. So I do feel like this person has, I want to say, kicked the habit, whatever that habit may be. And again, I feel like real truth is coming your way. What you do with that is always going to be up to you. But I know some of you are going to move into it. And listen, step by step. Step by step. All right, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there, though I want to look under here real quick. Look at that. We have the Three of Pentacles under that. Look at this. And then we have the Three of Cups. Some of you here may have a master number 33 life path. Some of you may have a 3 life path. This could certainly talk about that, or a personal year 3. With all these threes, right? We have the Three of Cups here too. So we have the Three of Cups. Then we have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, this is where I am learning that my uniqueness in this world, in this physical world, is important. Learning that. This is the energy where some of you, this is where you started to create from, and other people respecting that and seeing your gift that you bring to the world. And then the Three of Wands, there is no fear here. With Wands, to me, like, I move forward. I'm not going to let fear stop me from these experiences. But again, I'm taking it slow. It's like Spirit is illuminating enough, right? Enough for you to see. Again, if there's red flags, they'll come up. You just have to be in the present moment. That's it. But this is putting a very optimistic viewpoint on your reading, right? This is looking at it as all that it can be and not all that I have lost, right? I'm not thinking of that energy anymore. I'm thinking about my future and feeling good and optimistic about it. And I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. I know, I keep talking. As always, I want to thank you for just being part of my channel. I want to thank you for your comments. They lift me up. And if they lift me up, they're lifting other people up too. Remember that. Sometimes it's that simple. It's just words that are spoken that someone else can relate to and be like, oh, I never looked at it like that. You know what I mean? And you don't even know sometimes that you're helping people overcome certain things. Some of you purposely have moved into that field. And I just want to say congratulations, because I feel like, and how do you get there? Well, study, courses, putting the work in. But I also feel like it's because of your past experiences. Because of the Hermit here for both. Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Welcome to anyone who's new. I feel like you just joined the family, but you've always been part of the family. You're just now coming home. Thank you for your donations. That truly helps me keep the channel alive. Thank you for your likes and your shares. Just thank you for being you, and thank you for accepting me for who I am. I love you. You are always, all of you are in my prayers. Anytime I read a comment where someone's in distress, I stop and I say a prayer right there for you. You may not know it, but that's what I do. Because I want all of us to have all that we're meant to have. And the Eight of Swords doesn't fit in that story. It just doesn't. So, I love you. I will see you soon in the readings. Bye-bye.